Deadwood, South Dakota, was founded in the summer of 1876 by gold prospectors in the Black Hills, leading to a boomtown with a lawless reputation, saloons, and gambling dens. Despite a devastating fire in 1879, the town rebuilt, transitioning into a legitimate settlement with businesses and an evolving government. The historic Adams House was built in 1892 by Deadwood pioneers Harris and Anna Franklin. Local contemporary press described the home as the grandest house west of the Mississippi. The elegant Queen Anne-style house heralded a wealthy and socially prominent new age for Deadwood, a former rough-and-tumble gold mining town. Influential business leaders of Deadwood often gathered for dinner in the Adams House dining room to enjoy an evening meal and discuss the day's current events. Guests would be treated to fine dining on a table set with monogrammed silverware, 18-karat gold charger plates, and crystal wine glasses. The food was superior, the room was opulent, and the conversations were lively. It was a grand way to pass the evening. It has been said the parlor was the most important room in any Victorian home. The parlor at the historic Adams House was no exception. With a cozy fireplace, a beautifully sturdy upright piano, and a Victrola that played all genre of recordings, the parlor assured that guests were surrounded by the best when they called upon the occupants of this lovely home. By 1875, many gold deposits had been found, including the rich placers of Deadwood Gulch. The trickle of prospectors turned into a flood by 1876, and the miners, prospectors, business owners, and thousands of other new arrivals started forming what were illegal settlements. The library floor-to-ceiling bookshelves with glass doors, leather-bound volumes and family papers, desk and comfortable leather chair, dark wood paneling, giving a masculine, club-like atmosphere. Also a hunting trophies and framed prints. The house sat silent for more than 50 years after W.E. Adams' death in 1934. His second wife, Mary Adams, left everything intact, from the sheet music on the piano, the books in the library and the china in the pantry to the patent medicines in the bathroom, and even cookies in a cookie jar. The home was purchased by the Deadwood Historic Preservation Commission in 1992 and restored as a house museum in 2000. It was convenient for Wild Bill Hickok, located within a short walking distance to downtown Deadwood. The cottage in Deadwood is very different from the ornate Adams House. Instead of late Victorian elegance, the cottage reflects the frontier lifestyle of the 1870 to 1880, when homes were simpler, rougher, and built more for function than display. Here's how a member of a wagon train described Wild Bill in 1865 as he rode up to bring the news that Lee had surrendered and the Civil War was over. He was a striking figure as I noticed him, a large broad-brimmed hat on his head, long drooping mustache, long flowing hair that fell about his shoulders, a brace of ivory-handled revolvers strapped to his waist, and an extra pair of holsters that fitted about the horn of his saddle where he could reach them instantly. The kitchen, often part of the main room. Cast iron cook stove with a warming shelf. Open shelves holding tinware, crockery, and cast iron pots. A simple dry sink, no running water, only wash basins and water jugs. A sturdy work table and ladder-back chairs. Libby Custer was fond and a big admirer of Bill. She described him, writing, "Physically, he was a delight to look upon. Tall, lithe, and free in every motion, he rode and walked as if every muscle was perfection, and the careless swing of his body as he moved seemed perfectly in keeping with the man. He carried 2 pistols." Hickok went on to be town marshal in Hays City and Abilene, Kansas, bringing law and order to the wild cattle towns while killing several men in gunfights, becoming the most famous lawman of the West in the process. But a shootout in Abilene in 1871 was to be his ruin. On a dark night, while gunning down a troublemaker in a fair fight, Bill saw something out of the corner of his eye and blasted his 2 pistols. He accidentally shot and killed his deputy and friend, Mike Williams. Wild Bill was never the same. He gave up being a lawman, took to drinking, gambling, and of all things, acting. Amazingly, Wild Bill Hickok and Buffalo Bill Cody met early in the West as young men and became lifelong friends. Buffalo Bill was a born promoter and showman and somehow talked Wild Bill into going east to New York to appear on the stage in a play called Scout of the Plains. This charming Queen Anne-style Victorian home, built in 1910, is Buffalo Bill's house. Victorian style, painted white with green trim. 2.5 stories with a central tower and ornamental brackets under wide eaves. Wrap-around porches with turned wood posts and decorative trim. Tall, narrow arched windows common to Queen Anne design. Set on spacious ranchland with barns, corrals, and outbuildings, reflecting on the love of horses. A blend of elegance and frontier practicality, looking like a gentleman's country estate. Entrance hall. Large foyer with grand staircase and carved wood banisters. Patterned wallpaper and decorative carpets. Oil paintings, photographs of Cody's career, and mounted trophies, buffalo heads, antlers. Dining room. Long polished wood dining table with high-backed chairs. Sideboards displaying silverware and fine china. Decorative wallpaper and oil lamps hanging above. Carpets underfoot, heavy draperies at the windows.